G'day everyone, my name is Umbaglo, and today I want to start a new video series. Some of you people may remember a few years ago I did a Let's Play for SD Gundam G Generation World, and then thinking about doing one for Overworld, but it looks like someone else tried to start one, ended up not making it, which is okay. I mean, those games are very similar, so like without really going into the story of them, you're not going to get quite as much out of it. But this time, the thing that's special about Genesis, well, there's a few things that are special about Genesis, but the main reason why I want to come back to G Generation for Genesis is that it is probably the first one to have a native English option. Bandai has been pretty good recently about doing Asian English versions of some of their robot stuff. Now the quality's not necessarily the greatest, which, alright, like, c'est la vie, but the fact that they are still releasing these things in a version of English is still really great, and I still really like these games, so I really wanted to come back to another G-Gen. And this time I want to try doing, like last time I did it in cutscenes, not cutscenes, but screenshots, and with a little bit of video for like special scenes or nice attacks. But this time I want to actually try and do it primarily in video. Probably it's like some edited video, cut down a little bit because some of these stages can get a little long, but mostly just. But I want to do like mostly video. Anyway, so this is a brand new save, and there's been, since the game came out, a whole bunch of DLC machines, including like a bajillion TR6s, which is pretty great because the TR6 has a hell of a lot of machines. The thing that's kind of annoying is that the game gives them to you automatically and also adds them to the shop, though. Right now I'm also just showing off what shows are, or not necessarily shows, what series are covered in G Generation Genesis. So, unlike World and Overworld, Genesis runs similar to an older game called G Generation F, which is actually my favorite G-Gen game. The way that game worked is that you chose from a list of series, and you basically played them from start to finish. One problem for that in F was that once you started the series, you were stuck in it until you were done. You had to get from the beginning to the end, and then you could choose the next series, which meant that some of the shows were actually just complete traps. Like, you could start them with the team that you started the game with, and you couldn't get anywhere. Like, you wouldn't be able to beat them because it was impossible to progress. From what I hear, Genesis does not do that at all. So that's pretty good. In the thread, I will put a little a description of every show which is in Genesis. So I'm hoping that folks will sort of opine on which one they want me to see me start with. Right now I'm showing off like your default team. This is actually kind of interesting in that the characters that you get are not the G Generation classic characters, and from what I can tell, they aren't available at the start. Now right here, like, you can see that the mechanics are basically the same. Like, you level up your units, you can choose to advance them up or down. Like, it's just like in World and Overworld, if you leveled one of your mobile suits to level 2, you can basically go down a stage, but you need to level them higher in order to get them to advance. And like here, as I was just mentioning, all of the machines that I got from the free DLC is just added to my shop. I plan to not use them until I get to a point where I can evolve to them, simply because, for the most part, some of those machines are way better than what you start with. Tornado Gundams are a heck of a joke. Yeah, there's just a lot of the same things that are true in past G-Gens. You can combine machines, you can upgrade them, and you can use items to basically just straight up convert from one type to another. And there's the characters that I have available to purchase, which at the moment is none. Here's your custom character mode. So just like that's been in a bunch of previous G-Gens, so you know you can set your looks and all that stuff. So it's a fairly well featured. Maybe the looks could be a little different, but like the problem is that unlike World and Overworld, Genesis is only Universal Century, as you probably saw from the series list. That meant that there are no machines other than one that is not from the Universal Century. For some reason, they decided to break that and add Gundam Barbados from Iron Blooded Orphans, which, I mean, to be honest, that's not for no reason. Like, IBO is the newest and most popular, so of course they would want to throw something in there. Quest seems to be how you unlock a lot of things in those shops. For example, completion awards seems like this is how you'll get a lot of your alternate pilots. So, you know, by completing these objectives. So, like, those are things I'll probably work towards, especially since that's probably how I'm going to start getting some of my favorite pilots. Like, I didn't actually look at them all, but I'm pretty sure that's where Bernard is. And Bernie is the best character in G-Gen. And, you know, here's where you can see, you know, the galleries where you can see how your progress is going. I probably didn't show this off much in World and Overworld, but, you know, that's, it's basically the same thing. Like, a lot of this game is basically World and Overworld, because those two games were also patterned off of G-Generation F. Like I said, I love G-Generation F. Now, I'll go into a lot more detail about a lot of these things, like the actual mechanics and specifics, but for now, I just wanted to do a quick video so that I could start things up, and, you know, see what people want me to play. I'll see what the impression is by next week, and then I'll do a new video. My plan is to basically pre-record me playing like about a mission at a time or so, and then after I do my editing, I'll be inviting a number of my friends to join in and have a fun time just talking over what's going on. It'll probably be a bit of a rotating cast because I got a bunch that really want to hop in on this, but that's basically what my plan is. So like I said, I just want to do something very quick for right now, and for people who kind of follow like everything that I do, which is not really like much to say, I plan to do this alongside Star Trek Online, so I'll still be doing videos for those. It's just life's been a little busy for me lately. I'll be getting back to that soon, but anyway, that'll be it for me for this week. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.